This is Chief Huntingbear in Pasadena, California on March 11th, 2020, and John Houston has come back from the dead. Tell me about this mortuary business, about the dead women.
No, there's a cemetery up there called Mountain View Cemetery. It's up in Altadena. And Mountain View Cemetery has a headstone for my uncle, who was a 20th Century Fox sound director, C.W. Faulkner. And one of the old mortuary families owns this plot, this big plot up there. I forget what their name is, but he had some in with that family, so that's where his headstone is. So about Oscar time, since my uncle got 4 of them, a lot of times I'll just kind of go up there and just pay tribute to him and walk in there and look at his headstone, C.W. Faulkner. It's right there in the section that the owners of the cemetery, or the founders, right in the founders area up there. Anyway, that's about it. But there's a mortician up there, and he and I had a conversation one day for about an hour, and we just couldn't help but laugh, because death is a sickness. I mean, if you remove the sickness, I'm talking about normal, not to drop off or jump off a 12-story building or something. That's a little bit different. But death is a sickness, and if you remove the sickness, you can live again, and that's true. But that then begins the problems, you know. Do people want you really to live, or do they want you sort of out of the way? And this is where he and I just laughed up there about my uncle's headstone being there. Because supposedly he's really up in Santa Barbara with my grandfather. And his name is C.W. Faulkner, but he got 4 options. The King and I, Love is a Many Splendid Thing, The Young Lions, one other. He was a very, very talented sound man, and he was sound director for 20th Century Fox. So I loved him, and his headstone is up there. Anyway, that's about it.
And you were telling me that these morticians sometimes have bodies that are dead, but they can walk around?
Well, Jeff basically, police department sometimes goes by heartbeat, and the mortuary world sometimes goes by brain activity. So if you have activity in the brain, so you can control what you do, you know, then you're kind of on your own. But if you don't, then you have to have an overseer, someone who knows what you do and where you are, because you can't think the problems out like a normal person. So this is where the problem occurs when we get into the deceased, so to speak.
And you say some of these women who the morticians have wild sex?
No, I said that. Yeah, you can reason a lot of these things out. If you don't have your cortex, so to speak, operating, then the nervous system takes over. And supposedly we had laughed about it one time, because someone said, you tie into one of these girls from a mortuary sometime whose cortex is not operating properly, and she doesn't know when to stop.
John, let me ask you, because like so many people have told me that you're dead. I walked into the Ralph's grocery store last October, and the general manager, a black man, told me that you'd come in the store bleeding, and that you said a guy named Uno and DT had killed you, and a police officer named Jim Wright at Pasadena, motorcycle cop, told me you're dead. A number of people told me that you were dead, and there was a guy who claimed to own all these Del Tacos who knew you that told me you're dead. But your description of him now is completely different from the guy I met. The guy I met was a thin. You said the guy that you know is very.
The black man who is the manager of Ralph's,
Yeah.
wanted me to work for him, and when I wouldn't work for him, I knew a lot of the people that worked there, and I could not work around them. So I tried to help him out by racking up carts for him and doing other things, but I never did go to work for him, and it always made him mad as hell, because he wanted me to be working for him, and I would not work for him.
So this is the first time I've seen you in 6 months. You've been down in Long Beach. You've been all right. You haven't had any health problems, but a number of people have tried to convince me that you were dead.
There are probably a number of people who would like to have me dead.
Well, it's a real relief that you're with us. This happened to me one other time with Harry Roll, a guy I knew, living on Social Security. He disappeared for a year, and he came back and he'd won $110,000 at Santa Anita racetrack. He traveled around the world, went to Australia, and he's living in Vegas now.
No, definition of death is sometimes it's brain activity and sometimes it's heartbeat. Police usually go by heartbeat. Brain activity is another group of people. So that's what I believe in.
Now, we talked about this a little bit before I started recording, but you were not attacked. No one attacked you.
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. But you've been down a lot in Long Beach, and you've been back here a little bit in Pasadena.
A lot of times, the second home for me, a lot of times is Santa Barbara. I have relatives that live there, and the family had a big ranch there, and my grandfather had in the backcountry, Santa Ynez Valley. And so I have kind of like a second home in the Santa Barbara area. And my sister and my brother-in-law are probably my closest relatives. They have a home there. But people are not supposed to know that. They live actually up in the Bay Area. So some of our family has doubles, and maybe the real people are around Santa Barbara, and the people that are around in other places are not really the real people. So that's just the way life is. You have to figure out what's real and what isn't. That's all I can say. Michigan State has a course in mortuary science, and that's about it.
I'm glad I'm able to record you, so I wouldn't even know how to tell the story to people.
I went to South Pasadena High School, and I went to Washington State University for 3 years, and I came down to Pomona College in the summer, and then I entered Claremont College through Pomona College, which usually you do it the other way around. So I have units from Scripps and Pomona, and I graduated from Pomona Claremont out there in social science. So that was going clear back into the 50s, 60s, you know. So that's my formal education. I went back out there to get a graduate degree, but I didn't stay. There is a Claremont graduate school.